So a few things. Respectfully, that's bat crazy, everything you just said. Respectfully.
Immigration is a big issue for us because the system is really not working for anybody.
Thanks to, like I said, people like you, thanks to all this independent media, we could get the truth. And through corporate media, they've been lying to us for years, and we finally can see what's really going on. They can't hide it because you're going straight to the people.
You know, you guys, it's not even like watching news. It's just watching truth. You know, it's just watching, like, not just speaking truth to power, but speaking truth to people.
Bernie Sanders won Nevada. As I said, there's no way around it. He absolutely won.
Here to go back to
Saudi Arabia, and I've been here my family well before the Civil War. I had two brothers fighting Iraq, and they told me that they don't have a problem with my religion because that's what they fought for, was the freedom of America.
Just that, just holding up, taking it one day at a time. Just one day at a time. As you can see, we just got through the holiday, so it's definitely, her presence was definitely missed. So yeah.
And even here in Cleveland, there were people who, even some of these progressives were saying they weren't going to go to the Browns games because some of the players said they would kneel.
Tell me, what do you think? Do you think that's right? No. So what are you going to do?
The man turned and saw me there recording his racism that he was displaying right out in the open, and he lunged at me in attack.
No, I'm talking to this guy here.
Okay.
My knees were skinned, my elbows, my arm. The phone itself was completely, absolutely destroyed.
Just stopping us,
BLM. BLM's come in here and try to rip the flag and stuff. They threw paint on it.
The ideology Antifa just attacked us. Yeah. The ideology, the fake Antifa that Joe Biden says.
There's also a personal aspect for me. My mother worked here for 24 years. She was the residency coordinator of the neurology department, and this used to be a fantastic place.
The government's given more help to the Fortune 500 companies than the corner grocery store.
Because we have a shortage of hospitals, or hospitals are closing all over the country, in rural areas and also in our urban areas, and it is immoral in every single way.
Talking about shutting down a major hospital and converting that property into hotels or condos or some other real estate opportunity.
If we had Medicare for all, it wouldn't be happening, period. That's just the end of the story.
You're factually wrong. The state legislature is Republican. What I don't understand is you keep saying they're going to have to recount it because there's fraud, but you can't actually explain where the fraud is, what the fraud is.
Yeah, exactly. I can't, but there's a lot of fraud going on.
No, we give a about you, Trump says. It has nothing to do with me. I give a about you. They don't give a about you.
Why to you is it such an infringement on freedom to wear a mask? That's what I'm asking.
It's annoying as hell, that's right.
Is it more annoying than death? But they have tried to ban transgenders from the military, other restrictions, employment discrimination against transgenders.
Well, that has stopped now since the Supreme Court ruling.
Right, but President Trump is the one who instituted it.
Right, but he was opposed to people joining the military for the sole purpose of being funded for sex change therapy.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Was following me outside. Was following me outside. I have credentials. I can show it to you. Is this how you treat the press? Do you see what's going on here? And then somebody came up to my cameraman without saying a word and just ripped his press thing off.
Look, man, I'm not happy at all. $600 million is not enough, because how do you put a price tag on my kids' brains, their organs, my heart, like all of the stuff that's happened because of this, the layered trauma, the deaths. There's literally no way to put a dollar sign on it.
Can you answer people 6 years later, is the water back to normal here?
Absolutely not.
The DNC just reached out to all the other candidates, and they pretty much just conspired to support Joe Biden. And I mean, just intervening with the democratic process.
The brotherhood is great, but we have something we're fighting for. That's why I joined the Proud Boys. So the brotherhood is great, but I joined it because I wanted to beat up some commies, man.
So we started to shut down city councils every single Wednesday for about close to 3 years on issues concerning houseless.
Black Lives Matter wants to eliminate police because actually the founders, if you read their page, they claim to be 3 lesbian separatists who hate black men. If you remove the police, they hate the nuclear family and they don't like heterosexuality.
Depressed. There's no other way to feel. There's no other way to feel except depressed, except angry, except upset, except not surprised. Unfortunately.
The live stream earlier, it was completely peaceful. People were blowing bubbles, people were squeaking rubber ducks. Absolutely peaceful. So you're the head of Proud Boys, you're from Florida. Chairman, okay. So what do you think about this event? What was your goal here?
Our number one goal was really to get, and we could see it right behind you guys, really to get the police to do their job and to offer them the tools in order to get them to do their job. Now they have the ability to use CS gas, which is really important to us.
It's time that we get resources that we need. It's time that I get a full-time nurse at my school. It's time that I get a full-time counselor and resources in my community.
And the invisible prison of wealth inequality in itself that you talk about all the time. Why would Rachel Maddow ever, get out with a camera and microphone and put herself into that?
Chris Smalls is leading the march. Chris Smalls was an Amazon worker in Staten Island, New York, who was fired for trying to organize for safety.
He got rid of illegal, what's it called? He deported more people than any other president. And Trump
prior to him, yeah.
So Trump is a good old boy. He just loves America, and he's not into identity politics. I'm not,
It's about the lives that are forever changed by these fires, and we can't forget many, many lives were lost as well.
But I really want to rebuild. I mean, it was just such a great spot.
Why are you treating us like that?
There is no press corps right now. Press corps. There's no press corps.
Did you get that?
There's no press corps.
There's always a press corps.
There's DHS right over there.
Senator, you've called into question Bernie Sanders' culinary union.
She had more white people in this time than Bernie did. But again, because it's Elizabeth Warren, they gave her a free pass.
I think it's because there's this idea that somehow war is going to be a good investment for us.
That I will bring all of myself to Congress and make sure that I give voice to everyone who feels voiceless.
No, it's just, the human impact is real. I mean, we have sick care, not health care in our country.
I guess we're just out here because we're angry, we're pissed off. The police they keep killing black people. We're over it, we're done.
But when white people pull up and start protesting because they want to go outside and go to the gym, there's nothing that's done. They don't pull out their guns. But when it comes to us, they want to pull their guns out and be ready to shoot us. Look how defensive they were. Look how defensive they were.
Whoa. Hey, yo, let him go! Yo, make him fall! Make him
Healthcare workers have been out here like crazy today. It's so powerful. This is history, guys. I have chills.
We kind of got to win the election. Let's get some common blood!
A few more things. So eventually it's like get on this car and go to the special camp and it's for the greater good, so please do it. No, they don't have the right to say no.
The cure can't be worse than the disease. The president has said that. I mean,
This disease was the Hail Mary pass of the Democrat Party. They used it to justify mass mail-in voting, and everybody knows.
You know, I travel around the country a lot. Bernie has the biggest movement. You know, there's no excitability with Joe Biden, less excitability with Joe Biden than Hillary Clinton. That's for darn sure. Nobody's excited.
We've seen that a lot of your lawsuits and in fact lawyers have been kind of dropping like flies. What do you say to those people who call this a Russiagate 2.0 just on the other side? Why didn't this, and also why didn't this happen in 2016?
What fake network do you come from?
I don't come up from a fake network.
Millions and millions of people have been laid off. Millions more have had their hours cut. We're kind of living in a quiet, silent depression. What do you call 45 million people filing for unemployment?
$1,200 in 3 months makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense.
Everybody should be paying attention to what's going on because this is happening in every county, not just Louisville, Kentucky, and that's why the world is like, wait a minute, enough's enough.
And one thing I do know is if you're not sitting at the table, you are on the menu, and it seems like we continue to be on the menu.
I don't want to have to lose everything that we worked really hard for. We've been struggling for 5 years, and then we finally got everything together, and it just instantly went away.
Literally driving across the country during the pandemic, talking to people, finding out what's going on.
But there are people such as yourself and other people that are telling the true story of what is happening.
Status Coup! Status Coup! Status Coup! Status Coup! Status Coup! Status Coup!
You could also sign up as a Status Coup member, so you could sign up for as low as $5 a month. You also get great bonus content and behind-the-scenes footage from our reporting in the field. So sign up, statuscoup.com/join.